Once a year, we are greeted with the latest and greatest in tech and gadgets from leading manufacturers and those less well known. From items that will appear in our living rooms over the coming year to gadgets you wouldn't want anywhere near you or your living room for that matter. I'm Stu, this is 3B, and join me as we take a look at the good and the not so good of CES 2018. Now, as per usual, we are wowed with TVs that are of course bigger than last year, thinner and cost as much as a car in some cases. There was the usual competition between the main manufacturers, but the winner must go to Samsung with the Wall, a 150-inch, not OLED, but some fancy new micro LED TV, which according to some experts could be too expensive to make at consumer level. What marks this TV out is that it has no bezel whatsoever. Cool, you may think, but what makes it even cooler is that you can buy 2, 3, 4 or 8 or more and put them side by side or in any configuration you like, and the TV is that smart that it will know that they're all connected and treated as one huge, massive, enormous TV, all in 4K HDR. So, not wanting to be outdone on the wow factor, LG, instead of going for size, went for the next deciding factor on when we buy TVs, and that's how much can we roll it up and put it away. Of course we think that. So LG have introduced a 65-inch rollable OLED TV. Once you've finished watching it, you just press a button and it rolls up into a little box. Now it's very clever and certainly pointing towards the ability of these huge Korean companies to produce tech that not only looks cool, but in terms of screens, could be moved to other devices we will see soon, such as the new phones in 2019 perhaps. Still on the TV display front, there's really no one I know uses their TV's built-in tuner anymore, do they? So this next one I'm kind of excited about, and it's I'm seriously considering maybe as my next TV, and it's not from LG and it's not Samsung. In fact, it's from Nvidia, the GPU giant, who have not only developed a self-driving technology, developing that with a ton of other car manufacturers, which is amazing in itself, which could bring self-driving cars cheaper and sooner than we expected to the average Joe like you and me, but they've also introduced their first 65-inch gaming display. Yeah, a 65-inch gaming display that is 4K, 100,000 nits, HDR and super responsive. It has G-Sync tech, which is on a larger display is kind of needed because it stops all that sort of tearing that you get. Now, there is a true 120 megahertz refresh. Before some of you go off on about your TV having that, trust me, it doesn't. That's some bullshit marketing and pseudo 120 hertz, which produces that awful soap opera effect you see on your TV sometimes. The true difference is that it doesn't look awful. The downside, which I'm surprised about, is that it only has HDMI 2.0 and not 2.1. which would make more sense and more future-proof, considering that it would help you hugely in pumping out data faster. But then you do need to have a device capable of pumping that data out to the display. Now this next one I think is a great idea. Now you all probably know my thoughts on the Samsung DeX, the device that turns your Samsung S8 mobile phone into a PC, something that I owned for a short while but couldn't quite get to work or justify. Aside from some bugs on sound, Samsung helping me out in person and also sending me several others to try out, the bug was still there and thankfully since has been removed. Now I love the DeX and I love the idea that taking your phone and turning it into a PC. I love that idea. So how about taking your phone and turning it into a decent laptop, quickly and easily, still utilizing the screen as a touchpad and more. So check this out. Razer's Project Linda turns your Razer phone, which are pretty decent and very powerful by the way, into a laptop, allowing you to play the games you had natively on the laptop, as well as work as if you're working on, you know, a decent, relatively decent laptop. Now the power is taken all from the phone, but unlike the DeX that rendered the Samsung phone screen useless during use, one of my main criticisms, as Samsung could have used that entire screen estate effectively for something else, something useful, Razer turned the screen into a super smart and exciting trackpad. No word on when or if this will ever appear, but it's certainly something worth keeping an eye on. So that's it for me from CES in 2018. Take a look at the other video of the worst and weird of CES 2018 that I discovered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Oh, and just a heads up, I spent most of last week working on a new dedicated server and moving my sites to it, including bitsbytesandbobs.com. We've got a whole new cool design, it's easier to navigate, and now it's super quick. Go check it out. Oh, and one final thing to not forget, it's the best way to keep updated if you subscribe, because we're looking to develop a new app that will help you calibrate your TV, no matter what make. So go check it out. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.